Hello, and welcome back to PTE Tutorials. Today we'll be going over the Pearson Test of English Academic Listening section, specifically the multiple choice, multiple options questions. In this presentation, we will be going over an introduction. We will give you a sample test instruction, how things will be scored, some tips on how to excel, as well as a sample question at the end. So, in this question type, after listening to a recording, you should be able to answer one multiple choice question on that recording. Each recording is between 35 and 90 seconds long and will be played only once. You can't pause it or delay the start. Each recording has one multiple choice question. There will be between 5 and 7 options to opt from, more than one of which will be correct. This question assesses the student's ability to listen and comprehend. A recording on academic topics for main ideas, specific details, and the speaker's purpose. So the actual test instruction will be listen to the recording and answer the question by selecting all the correct responses. You will need to select more than one response. The scoring type will be partial credit. However, you need to keep in mind that if you mark an answer and it's wrong, you will have 1 point deducted. So this means that it's possible to receive a negative score for this question. Only answer the questions if you're sure. Otherwise, it's a better strategy to just leave it blank. Only answer what you know to be true or correct. If you have any doubts or any concerns about it, don't mark it. So some tips to excel will be taking notes. What you should use is the erasable noteboard booklet and pen provided. Don't write down every single word or phrase that you hear. Instead, try to focus on the more key words, the things that keep coming up. Try to abbreviate things as much as you can that you understand. Ignore different articles such as a, and, etc. unless it provides some sort of key information that is vital to the understanding of your listening. What are key words? Well, key words are generally names, numbers, dates, times, or anything else that's stressed or that the speaker is putting emphasis on. Don't try to transcribe the entire thing. Focus on the main points that are covered. If you can identify the overall purpose or what the bias is of the person speaking, do that. And then only write down things that support what is being spoken about. You can also take note of the speaker's tone of voice whenever speaking, in order to try and get an idea of what's going on or what the important points are. Moreover, once the recording has finished, reread the prompts and then answer carefully. You should eliminate options that aren't right from the get-go. Moreover, be careful. Don't pick an option simply because it has a lot of the keywords and phrases. They could have paraphrased or rephrased it using the same keywords, but made it incorrect. Now we'll go over a sample recording. Here we'll try and read and see what's going on. Transcendentalism is a religious and philosophical movement that developed in the late 1820s and 1830s in the eastern region of the United States as a protest against the general state of spirituality and, in particular, the state of intellectualism at Harvard University. Among Transcendentalists' core beliefs was the goodness of both people and nature. They believed that society and its institutions, particularly organized religion and political parties, ultimately corrupt the purity of the individual. They have faith that people are their best when truly self-reliant and independent. It is only from such real individuals that true community could be formed. Transcendentalism was in many aspects the first notable American intellectual movement. It certainly was the first to inspire succeeding generations of American intellectuals, as well as a number of literary monuments. So the correct answers for these, so there are multiple correct answers. So let's try and take a guess at what's correct. So which of the following is not true regarding transcendentalism? Well, what is correct for this? Transcendentalism is a pure non-religious campaign in the eastern region of the United States of America. Well, it did take place in the eastern region of the United States. That is true. However, it was a religious campaign, or at least it had religious elements to it. So to say that it was a pure non-religious campaign is false. So that means A is true. Or at least, with regards to what we are looking for, A is incorrect, making it one of the answers we're looking for. B, Transcendentalists considered nature as the central propelling force. One of the central tenets of Transcendentalism was that nature was at heart good. So B is not what we're looking for in terms of what is not true. For part C, Transcendentalists believe that all political and religious organizations should be undertaken by the government. We heard in the statement that Transcendentalists believe that everyone should be self-reliant. That does not coincide with the government participating in everything. So that is not true regarding Transcendentalism. So that is also an answer. Part D, Transcendentalism motivated American intellectuals. As we heard several times in the passage, intellectuals were stressed. So part D is actually true of Transcendentalism. So that is not an answer for this problem. For part E, later Transcendentalism was suppressed by American government. That was never mentioned. So that is obviously not true. So our answers are going to be A, C, and E. If you have any questions or any concerns, please review the video and lecture and go over any notes that you've taken. We look forward to seeing you in the next video and our next lecture. Thank you again for choosing PTE tutorials as well. We really appreciate it, and see you next time.